Good evening, everyone. Tonight I wanted to show you, because my piano is indisposed. It's all apart because I'm ordering new action parts, and I wanted to show you what you do to go about putting on new hammers and new wippens, just to give you an idea of the preliminary steps. So first of all, I have to take, this is called the fall board, and I'll show you how I remove that. And this is the lock rail, and I'll just show you that. So under this cheek and that cheek, treble and bass, there are these big screws, one on each end. You get under there with a screwdriver and you loosen that one and the far one, and then you can lift the lock rail off. It's just pins into the key frame with the key bed. And you just pull up there and gently lift it up and away. And you can see the pins. I can't talk while I'm holding that, but you can see what I'm doing. It's got pins on it, so it sits in there. And there they are, there, like that. So and then I take the fall board off. Then I lift it off, just a sec. So I lift it off. Be careful that they don't drop. And then I slide the action toward me. This is so that I can remove one hammer from each end of each section. And talking to this thing, I can mail the samples to Brooks in the United States, Piano Supply, and they can make new hammers to the specification of the original for boring the hammer head so that the angle is correct. So that's why it's not working right now. I've taken off the end one here, and the end one here, end one here, end one here. These are the ones I have removed, and the bottom one. So I mailed them off today, and here's how I got the action out. Set this down. You just shimmy it. You just shimmy it toward you, but without pressing down on any key, because if you do, it puts the hammer up and then it gets snapped off by the pin blocks, so you don't want that. So it's just to shuck and jive it like that until it pulls out, and then lift it. And you don't even have to lift it to unscrew those, so I'll show you. And there are the hammers in there now. So that click is the spring that works the soft pedal to push the hammers back under all three wires when your foot is not on the soft pedal. But so you see, you unscrew this and take the hammer off with the flange and mail the end section ones to the company in the States, and then they have the right angles. So I'll push it back. It's to catch that spring is tricky. And then when you put the fall board And when you put the fall board back on, the cheeks position the action so that each hammer is under its own 3 wires for its note. So, and I wanted to show you what the wippens look like because they came today in the mail. So you've got the screws for each of those hammers sitting up there and keep the same ones in the right position. And here's the new wippens. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. There's 2 rows of them, 2 layers of them in there to get up to 88. Let's put this down here. And this is what a new wippen looks like. There it is. New free flange and new felt under here. It's all brand new, all new wood, new buckskin. And hopefully the action will be much smoother. They put a thicker spring for the treble wippens, for the bass wippens at least, and then a less strong spring for the middle section, and the finest spring is up in the treble. And they put a single line for the treble one, 2 lines for the middle ones, 3 lines for the bass ones, that you distinguish them that way. But I went through and numbered them all, so that each one has a number. I won't get them mixed up at all. So I just wanted to show you the action so that you can see what you do. I didn't have to send anything except I had to describe the wippen to them and the measurements before ordering those. It took about 10 days, and then but I had to wait for them. They had to wait for them to arrive from Germany, Abel Company in Germany, to this company in the States, and then they mail them out to me after I pay for them. And so that's the wippens, and then the hammers, they'll rebore. They're going to hang them. They call that hanging the hammers. Means putting them on all new hammershanks, and they'll have new knuckles. It's to try and get the action even because it's so hard to control this piano the way it is. So I'm hoping and praying that it's going to be playable when I'm done. But anyway, I won't be able to play it tonight, but it's surprising how many of those notes you use. Like, if I try. Not much fun to play on it like that. But anyway, I thought that'd give you an idea. The hammers that are on some of the pianos are so badly grooved that it's important to start fresh with new egg-shaped hammers. This one wasn't that bad because they're a replaced set of hammers already, but the tone isn't even on them. So I'm hoping with the new hammers we'll stand a chance of making it even, and that it'll flow and have a good, easy to do the runs and feel the momentum of a run going up and down the keyboard without struggling with each note and wondering if it's going to play the same as the one beside it, because it's not. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the idea of how to go about starting to redo a piano. And then of course there's all the regulating and voicing and everything else once the parts are here. So, but what I want to do is take one wippen and one new hammer and on its new hammer shank, do that one note, then try to get it identical to the one that's beside it that's in the piano. Then take the next one, put it, try to get it identical to the one beside it. Go through the whole thing that way, and that way I stand a fighting chance of having them at a reasonable amount of regulation beforehand. Then you have to go through and have the hammer comes up to about a 1/16 of an inch from the wire and then falls back a little bit, and all the different regulating things, the distance blow distance between the top of the hammerhead and the wire, all the different things you have to regulate in order to make the piano even. So it's a big job, but at least with all new parts, surely the regulating will be easier. We hope so anyway. Have a good night now.